Okay, Saturday, and I'm exchanging email to a buddy of mine, exchanging messenger. He's all wound up. His name is Laurie Manzer. You know Laurie. He always fought for legalized marijuana and, you know, educate the public on marijuana use and PTSD and all that. So he's part of this yellow vest protest. And he's pissed off that, anyway, I'm not going to say the story here. Let's see if I can get him on the phone here. He doesn't know I'm calling him. Let's see if this works. This is like talk show there, radio. He wants to bitch. Okay, let him bitch. He must look, he'll hear the ring and he'll say, what the? You there?
Hey Charles.
How you doing?
I thought I'd give you a video. I hope you're not in your underwear. You don't have to turn your video on.
No, I'm not in my underwear.
Do I have you there?
Huh?
Oh, I heard a bit of your voice.
Yes, can you hear me?
There you are. I got you.
You can hear me?
Oh, I got you there. Okay, got you.
Okay, listen. You can still hear me?
Yeah, I got you good now, yeah.
Okay, listen. You're on video.
Yeah.
You're on video.
Alrighty.
You're bitching and bitching and bitching and bitching. So to save you some time to write, I said I'll call you.
Oh, yeah, you're cutting off there a bit, Charles.
Am I cutting off?
Yeah, it seems like we have a low bandwidth or something there. I got you kind of like cutting off. You're good, and then it kind of, you know, sounds like strumming a guitar at the end. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We got a low bandwidth condition there.
You're coming out very clear.
Okay, here, let me, I'm on video right now. Let me see, am I on video?
You're on video. I got you recorded here.
I'm just requesting your video. Okay, I'm wondering if the video was cutting the audio down.
No,
but,
no, I got my camera on here. I'm videotaping you. I want to know about yellow vests. What are you bitching about?
Oh, got ya. You're really cutting out there. The yellow vests. Yeah, there's some fundamental things that we need to get straight here. I mean, look, last week I was called a Nazi and a racist and anti-immigrant. And, you know, anybody that knows me, I think you know I don't have to justify myself, but I'm there for the fundamental reasons of what that lady said to me. Of course, I am anti-Nazi. I am pro-immigration. But what I'm not, and the yellow vests, and remember, nobody's in charge, I'm not in charge, just a lot of like-minded people that are fed up with illegal immigration that's costing us billions. And Charles, how would you feel if you did all the paperwork and you were in line to come to our country, justified, which we do need immigrants, I'm not going to argue about that, but how would you feel if somebody cut up through the States, fleeing for political reasons, fleeing a country, maybe Honduras or somewhere South America, that just wants a better life? You're fleeing war-torn Syria and want to come here. That's what I'm worried about. We need to put steps in place where we immigrate people that are good for our country.
What about the saying we should take care? Do you think people say we should take care of white Canadian first?
There's no such thing as white Canadians. If you're Canadian, you're Canadian.
Yeah, but some
throwing in facts about color or the language you speak is totally wrong. Anybody that says that and anybody that tells you that is more racist than you or I have ever been claimed to be.
It's just like
you know, Canadians are Canadians, and if you want to come here,
if you have, like, let's face fact, you got the straight pride flag in Chipman. So is that show that kind of attitude?
Oh, sorry, you're cutting up there, but I got something about straight pride and showing that attitude.
Yeah, you know, like if we have a person that wants to fly the straight pride flag, appear in front of consul, and not one consular is saying something. I know I'm jumping ships here, but that attitude of, you know, the attitude of, you know, white, English, or straight, first only, does that exist here in Canada?
I think it exists in people's minds more than it does when you go out. Like, I mean, okay, for example, and I'm just giving examples here, I spend a lot of time in Toronto, and, you know, Charles, if you come to Toronto with me, you'll be a minority, and, you know, a white guy with a redneck beard.
I know.
There are no other people there like me. And, you know, I know this is cities and stuff, but there, you know, should I be running around with my flag saying, I'm a poor white guy in Toronto that's a minority?
Yeah.
No, I'm a Canadian, just like my fellow Canadian brothers and sisters. When I use Uber in Toronto, I have spoken to probably over 50 different nationalities that have come to Canada. I asked them how long they've been here. One gentleman was here 38 years. Another gentleman was just here 6 months. Very diverse place.
So how come the media...
We don't talk about white and black and what color.
Okay, so how come, sounds good, I seen the signs, the yellow vest protests. How come the media is refusing to cover your protest?
Oh, sorry, the media was what?
How come the media refused to cover your protest?
Oh, sorry, I couldn't quite make that out.
How come?
Please repeat.
Yeah. How come? I'll repeat it 3 times. How come the media is refusing to cover your protest? How come the media?
Oh, got it. Perfect, got it. The reason that the media is refusing to cover a protest, and once again, you know, you got to understand these are my opinions, because we can't go out there and Google why isn't the media coming to the protest. But we do have, you know, a government interference in the media where they've given tax breaks to the tune of, you know,
$60 million.
$500 million, $600 and something million. You know, if I was getting those tax breaks, much like when the Conservatives wanted Catholics to check off that, you know, about the abortion issue for the funding money for summer jobs. It's very similar. Would you want to bite the hand that feeds you? Charles, if you were getting tax breaks in hundreds of thousands of dollars, what would you do? Think about it. We're going against the government. We're against carbon tax. We're against illegal immigration. We're against homelessness. And if you want to read the manifesto for the Yellow Vest, it's all outlined there. That's what I'm saying. It's that simple.
You're against homelessness, or you're against... what do you mean by that? Against homelessness? You're against homelessness. You mean against people you're just against people being homeless.
Here's the thing, and it goes quite deep. But if we're giving money away, for example, the $50 million that was tweeted to down to South Africa for that comedian, I forget his name, but Trudeau tweeted $50 million to help, you know, with the children in Africa, you know, to feed them or something like that. I don't really know the facts, but $50 million. So we can argue every day, was that moral? You know what? I agree. That was very moral. And, you know, giving $50 million to help starving kids in Africa really tugs at my heartstrings. But when I go to Toronto, and see a woman with a small child homeless on the street. It really puts into play whether or not my morality is being directed at the right place. And we can argue all day long, Charles.
How many
people suffering in Africa and other poor countries?
How many joints? How many joints have you smoked today?
I just had one this morning, so I was able to eat breakfast.
Not bad, not bad. You're making sense for a person that's stoned.
Well, the thing is, I don't get stoned because I use so much CBD and THC that there's no such thing as stoned anymore. All it does is offer relief from some bad side effects from the conditions that I have.
I'm just being...
Especially with that snow coming in.
I'm just being sarcastic. Next protest...
All that snow and bad weather.
Next protest, you're going to next protest, you're going to CBC headquarters.
Yes, we're going to take the news to CBC and see if they would like to do some interviews. I mean, look, we're about dialogue, Charles. I'm not right. Not everybody in the Yellow Vest movement is right. You know, everybody has something to offer. I'm just asking for dialogue, accountability for our government. Where is all the money going? Why are people going out on the streets? We've never seen this. Have you seen this level of protest in Canada in your lifetime, Charles?
Is there a protest? What kind of protests are we talking about?
With the Yellow Vests. I mean, if you look at some of the social media reports.
Social media?
Like yourself,
social media. Whoa.
Look at the trucks that were lined up.
What, is there other protests across Canada?
Media, if you know how to dig through the crap.
Listen. Well, it's not like in France.
Do you know about the big protest coming up with the... Pardon me?
It's not like France there. There's not thousands and thousands of people on the street.
Well, check out West. I've got some friends that live there that sent me some private pictures. And that's how I operate a lot, through a network of friends, you know, through the military and stuff. And they go to the events and send me these pictures. That way I don't have to rely on mainstream media or the lies of social media. But when you start piecing things together from social media, then you start looking at the reports from the media, and then you look at things like bloggers, and you sort through all the bull crap and come out with what's there. Because look, even if you look at your reports, what you do around Fredericton, if you look at your video and listen to your words and take the opinion out of yourself, you come up with some good, newsworthy reports. You're always there first. If you're the only one there, then where am I going to get the news from? If you're the first and only one to show up in Fredericton, I kind of got to believe your work a little bit, don't I?
Yeah. Yeah, that's why my gold tee used to be brown.
Yeah. Yeah, you notice my beard, what color it is.
Listen, we're 13 minutes into this. I don't know how many people still listening. I'm up north in the woods. I'll give you a call when I go back to Fredericton, and we'll get an update.
Oh, you're up in the Miramichi, are you?
Yeah, up north.
Oh, that's why the internet isn't as good up there. You're too far away from here.
We're in the deep woods.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you.
Place to live here. That's why I'm in New Brunswick.
I'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Thanks, Charles. You have a great day.
See.
And Happy New Year, by the way.
You too. You too. Bonne heureuse année.
Have a good one.
See ya. So that's Laurie Manzer, and he speaks so well with his words. I mean, see, that's the problem. I saw him. There's a video. Go to Yellow Vest Fredericton. Go to YouTube. Right, Yellow Vest Fredericton. My video should be there. And he spoke in detail with the media. See, you can talk to the media for about 10 minutes. They only use about 10 seconds, and usually it takes, you say, to make you look bad. But there's a protest next Saturday. I might not be there. Is at noon, not the walk up the hill, show up there all full of sweat. I don't think so, but anyway, maybe I'll be there. Somebody picks me up. So Laurie, keep up the good work.